Our next story is from Thailand. It's a country in Southeast Asia. It's the second largest economy in the region, thanks in large part to its tourism industry. Thailand is also home to about 70 million people, making it a major regional player. But this critical Southeast Asian power is facing political turmoil. Today, Thailand's Prime Minister was ousted. His name is Srettha Thavisin. He became Prime Minister last August. He was just about to complete 1 year in charge, but before he could, he was kicked out. Now, this wasn't a Bangladesh-like scenario. There were no protests or uprisings. Instead, Srettha was forced to step down by a court, Thailand's infamous constitutional court. Srettha is not the first to face this court's ire. In fact, he has become the fourth prime minister to be dismissed, the fourth in the last 16 years. That's once every 4 years on average. Thailand's constitutional court works faster than election cycles in the country, and it arguably has more of an impact on the country's political landscape. We'll go into details about the court and its antics, but before that, let's look at how Srettha was ousted, starting with today's verdict that brought him down.
The court has found by a 5-4 decision that the role of the first accused as prime minister has ended according to Constitution Article 170, paragraphs 1 to 4, due to a lack of honesty and lack of qualifications as per Constitution Article 160, paragraphs 1 to 4. The individual has also exhibited behavior that grossly breached ethical standards, which is prohibited according to Constitution Article 160.
The first accused was Srettha Thavisin. He apparently exhibited behavior that grossly breached ethical standards. So what was his heinous crime? Well, Srettha appointed a controversial lawyer to his cabinet, a lawyer who was sentenced to 6 months in jail back in 2008 for trying to bribe a judge. The lawyer was definitely a controversial choice. It led to some political uproar, so he left the post within a week. But the damage had been done. Some of Prime Minister Srettha's rivals took advantage of this controversy. They filed a complaint with Thailand's constitutional court and let the court work its dark magic. Now, less than 3 months later, the Prime Minister has been dismissed.
I respect the decision of the Constitutional Court, but I want to affirm that throughout my 1 year or almost a year tenure as Prime Minister, I have tried to do everything correctly. I am saddened by the fact that I am seen as a Prime Minister without morality, which I affirm I am not such a person. But when the judiciary has made a decision, I have to accept it.
Now, some of you might think that this was a good thing, Thailand's court taking a no-nonsense approach and ousting a corrupt prime minister. Well, before you start showering praise, let's look at this court's track record. I mentioned that it has ousted 4 prime ministers in all. All of them were from the same political party, Srettha's party. It's called the Pheu Thai party. That's its name now, but it has undergone a number of name changes over the years because it keeps getting dissolved by the courts. The party keeps getting dissolved by the courts. This fate is not unique to the Pheu Thai party. Another party has also experienced it, and it happened just last week. It was the Move Forward party. This is the party that technically won Thailand's last election. But the same party was dissolved last week, and its top leaders were barred from politics by the very same constitutional court. Now, if you start tracking this court's actions, a pattern appears. Every populist party in Thailand, every pro-democracy political outfit in the country somehow gets disqualified by Thailand's constitutional court. But the same court seems fine with military coups. It has no problem with dictatorships. The court even allows the dictators to transition into prime ministers and then breach Thailand's term limits. But whenever there's a popular, democratically elected party, suddenly the Thai court is all business. And there's a reason for this. You see, Thailand has experienced more coups than any other country in modern history. The Thai military has always held the reins of power, often with backing from the country's monarchy. And this military royalist nexus is loath to give away any real control. That's why every so often we see political instability in Thailand in the form of judicial crackdown or outright coups. Thailand's military always keeps political parties on the back foot, preventing any meaningful change in the country. Srettha is the latest prime minister to get outmaneuvered. Now, his party will scramble to find a replacement from a very limited pool. Prime ministerial options are limited in Thailand to a list of people declared before the last election. So Srettha was one of the Pheu Thai party's 3 nominees. Now they have 2 people left. All other potential prime ministers are backed by Thailand's military. Thai politics basically is a game of endurance, where the military and the courts bide their time waiting for a chance to strike. Srettha messed up and now he has been ousted. So who will be the next contender in Thailand's Game of Thrones? We'll be watching.
Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment.
So thank you for making Firstpost 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree. One tree for humanity. One tree for Mother Earth. One tree for our future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.
On this today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon moved across to the West Indies. What can we expect from this?
Hello, I'm Alison Green, coming to you from Durban, South Africa.